Alrighty folks, good evening. How's everybody doing? We're not going to chew through headlines or anything tonight. No reason to. There's enough crazy shit that went on this weekend. So, but it's more of an observations video. I watched one today from Blue Water. Blue Water puts a lot of shit out there. He puts out alien stuff and mystical creatures and shit. Constantly rails that BitChute censoring him, but I get all his notifications. Maybe they are. I don't fucking know. Well, maybe it's just a shtick. Like Tim Pool has his shtick, right? Meh. I'll tell you what was pretty good. Bubbly or boobly or buble or whatever the fuck it's called. They're left over from the big girl turned 2 yesterday. So we had a bunch of people over the house, the party and the cake and the pool and all the ensuing hijinks of a 2-year-old birthday party. But it was nice. It kept me away from the friggin' computer, and I got to socialize with human beings. It's always an interesting concept if they're people you like and they're not assholes. But to get back on track, I watched the video on his channel, and it's 4chan, Reddit, whatever bullshit. Some guy wrote a post. I worked for Epstein, and this is my last will and testament, because I'm going to tell you all the evil shit we did on Epstein Island, and then when I'm done, I'm going to kill myself. It was an interesting video. But I think it's going to be indicative of what you're going to see more and more of. So I watched, it was like 20 minutes. And this guy said he started out as a low-level henchman, and he was a bad guy. And, he didn't actually whack anybody, but he cleaned up the bodies of, like, the overdosed hookers and the people that the other people killed. Interesting story. The one part on there that I can't corroborate, and so it kind of leads me to believe, as the deep state, Illuminati, or the New World Order, or whatever you want to allegedly call them, start to really spin out of control. Now, I've seen the Zion Don stuff for months now. Trump loves Israel, and this and that. I just kind of blow it off. 2/3 of your congressmen and senators have dual citizenship with Israel. You know who doesn't have dual citizenship with Israel? Trump. Just saying. You tell me why Israel gets such favored treatment from the American government. I will tell you, because all those... First of all, any politician in this country that has dual citizenship should be stripped from office immediately. If you're not America first, how can you do anything good for America? But you do a good job for Israel, right? There you go. I got nothing against Israel, personally. I don't give a fuck. Again, I'm a non-aggression principle guy. Don't fuck with me, and I won't kill you. Fuck with me, I will destroy your whole family. That is how you play the game. Everything else is just stretching it out for the MIC to make extra money. It's not bad. I like the bubbly better. Anyway. About midway through, guy says, said he was working on the island, and when there were guests on the island, if you were smart, you flew low and slow under the radar, because when the guests were on the island, if they got a hold of you, they could do whatever they wanted to you. That's just the way it was. Now, this guy was like... coming up in the ranks. Epstein knew his name. He had confidence with him. And then he fucked up. And so he got knocked back down a bunch of pegs. He was on his way to clean something up and throw something away. And he came upon a shed. Just luckily, the same shed where he had to throw out whatever the fuck he had to throw out. And there's Roger Stone face fucking this kid. And he goes, well, I don't know who he was. He had a bull's head on. He had a big tattoo of Richard Nixon in the middle of his back, which is what Roger Stone's known for. I'm not discounting anything. These people are fucking whack jobs, and if you spend enough time around them, you start to think like them. That's the problem with these giant hive mind cities. Confirmation bias. You start to believe that everything you all believe is correct, even if the emperor is butt fucking naked. So I'm like, that's fucking creepy. So if Roger Stone was really on the island and he was face fucking some boy, like an 18, 20-year-old kid, he didn't say he was a pedo. He said he was a worker on the island. So that means Stone was obviously fucking face raping an adult male who was crying. The only problem is I can't find any corroboration for Roger Stone ever being there. That kind of just hit me in the head, and I'm like, you know what? And I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking. And I'm not seeing anything that says he is ever on any of the manifests. Nobody's ever even mentioned his name in connection with Epstein other than the other bullshit that's going on. The reason he got raided. And so that kind of put me in this mindset that I didn't bother to look to see when this thing was published. I probably should have. But everything else that looks like it's going on right now really, really looks like everything's coming down around them. I mean, they've reset the playbook how many times now? We're back to Russia again? So it's like the fourth time they've decided they have to go back to Russia, and then they'll progress on to Trump's a racist, and his COVID response was wrong, and his economy sucks. And then we're back to Russia again because he's a Russian spy. Loop, loop. Gets a little old, and I believe that people are actually picking up on it. But that's not why we're here. Why we're here is, if I'm reading this right, and everything is collapsing around them, they will get desperate. They will get into that cornered rat syndrome. A rat always wants to run away until you get it into a corner. But if you get it into a corner, it is going to come at you. And that's why they call it a cornered rat thing. So I don't know what they're going to play next. People aren't listening to them anymore. The pandemic numbers, Trump took away their ability to issue the false pandemic numbers. He makes the CDC run through Health and Human Services now so they can be fact-checked. And now remember, it was their idea to fact-check everything. But now they can be fact-checked. Story that came out of Florida about all the false positives. The story of the spikes in Texas. And they always say, rise in coronavirus numbers. It's a border state like Arizona. We're testing a lot of people who are coming across the border because we can't put a fucking wall up fast enough. They don't give you the death numbers. The death numbers are actually slowly decreasing. We are less than 0.5% at this point, if I'm reading them right. But even the propaganda machine is starting to get worried. They're starting to lose their respectability among their hardcore base. When people are leaving CNN and MSNBC and the rest of these, even Fox, I'm not a Fox guy either, when their numbers start tanking, they get really, really worried. Now, today I saw something that was Rupert Murdoch's kid had donated a couple of $1 million to Joe Biden. Just remember, Rupert Murdoch owns Fox. Rupert Murdoch is one of those 6 people, remember, always the number 6 with these fuckers. One of the 6 people that own 95% of the information media companies out there. I said it before. Everybody else said, well, we'll take the left side. Either, well, fuck, I'll take the money on the right. Give me the money. I don't care. These people have no allegiance to this country. They don't care about you. You're tax cattle on a tax farm. I see stuff on like the Donald. I don't do Reddit and 4chan very much. That's not really my thing. I wasn't a big vote guy. I was on vote 3 or 4 times. Not seeing it, but now the Donald.win is just like a Trump fanboy appreciation posting board, but they have some good memes, and you know, I like steal memes. Well, they're run by Cloudflare, and their numbers were awful today too. Very hard to get connected, very hard to stay connected. I'm just saying, folks, it's time to. It's been time to keep your head on a swivel for a long time now. But now it's time to hit the guy next to you and say, you might want to look around a little more too. That's just the feeling I get. That's just how it's reading to me. All right. Thanks for swinging by. I'm going to see what else we got in there. I wasn't super impressed with this one. And the fuckers drank them all. I didn't realize these things were actually pretty good. I've drank hard seltzer before. And hard seltzer's okay, but hot and humid out here. It's under 100, but the humidity's got to be above 60, so it's sticky. Thanks for coming by. New folks, thanks for signing up. I'm getting closer on Brighteon. They think I need 300 and change more clicks. Do me a favor, you got nothing better to do, click the Brighteon link down below too. This way I can up my view count over there, and then I can upload more videos. Just trying to keep it spread out so that they can't bury us under bullshit, because with all the censorship that went on over at YouTube last week, they're going to come after the rest of us. Again, this is, they're losing control, and they're going to stretch as much of their ability to tighten everything up and restrict it so that you only hear the correct narrative. That's what I'm trying to make the point of. It is what it is. All right, my friends. Thanks. I will see you on the next one. Skol.